Hi guys, how are you today? So good to see you, Courtney with Renewal Logistics. Just wanted to share with you 3 tips on how to implement a returns program. This is specifically for apparel companies, but it really could apply to anyone. So first tip is have a clear returns policy. Make it very visible on your website. Make sure everyone knows where to find the information that they need to be able to return your product. So that would include obviously having it on your website, having it on your Shopify store, but also having it on your packing list and making it very accessible and easy for a customer. One of the biggest turnoffs for a lot of brands is, if you buy a product and then you feel like they've made it really hard to return it so that you're stuck with it. So make sure you're building trust with your client by making that very easy for them. Second, choose a returns platform that offers great visibility and also offers a opportunity to exchange rather than simply just get their money back. So, just like when you are buying a package on Amazon and you can see, okay, it's 3 stops away, it's arrived at my door. You kind of want the same visibility when it comes to sending in a return. So, the tracking information's been put in place, it's in transit, it's arrived at the facility, the order's being processed, the refund has been issued. Now, sometimes companies that have struggle with my point number 3, which is choosing the right vendor, will find that it takes too long to be able to process a return for a customer to really have satisfaction, and so they'll actually go ahead and issue the refund as soon as the tracking information is entered for the customer. So you may choose to do that as well, but having that visibility in terms of where the item is in the process, I think is really important to customers. And then the other piece of that is making sure that your customers have the option of, as soon as they are placing that return, to be able to choose other product that's on your website and exchange goods rather than only, for you to only send them a refund. And so that allows you to capture some more of that revenue that you otherwise would have lost. And then point number 3 is make sure you have the right vendor in place. The key, like I was saying before, is you want to have someone who can turn returns really quickly for you. So 24 to 48 hours is pretty standard. Some companies, though, run into, especially around peak times, it can be 10 days, it can be even longer before their 3PLs are able to process the returns. So making sure you have someone who it's possible to do it within 24 to 48 hours is number 1. But number 2 is it's really interesting. Most apparel companies have very high return rates, right? So like 20% is kind of minimum. I've seen 50% for companies that are like evening wear companies or high-end products. And generally speaking, most returns are going to end up considered second quality. So they're going to be sold to a TJ Maxx or to a Ross, or they're going to be, donated or whatever the case may be. So that's a huge amount of inventory that's not being recaptured if you don't have the right partner to be able to refurbish those items properly. In our case, with our experience, we have a super large dry cleaning facility, and we're able to refurbish about 70 to 80% of goods to make them first quality again, which is huge. That's a lot of product that you all of a sudden are able to sell at first quality rather than second quality. But secondly, it's all in the packaging. So just to give you a quick story, my husband used to buy, and I don't know if you've used that, but it's a really fun subscription service for apparel, and he was all about it for a really long time. So he used to buy it. I think he was a member for a couple years, and then all of a sudden he just kind of got bored and stopped, and then came back a couple years later, tried it again, and the first go around, the unboxing experience was amazing, right? So like everything was packaged in this beautiful ribbon, and every single item was just, you can tell it was packed with a tremendous amount of care. Handwritten note, it was just beautiful. Well, then he got one a couple years later, and it was like a completely different experience. I mean, he went from like opening up the package and being so excited to opening up the box and just being horrified. And I hate to say that, but it's kind of true. So like what happened was the items had just been clearly returned by some other person in the past and then repackaged without a lot of care and then sent back to him. And so his experience was, I don't even want to try this on because it's clear someone else has tried this on and it just doesn't even feel clean to me. So, the moral of the story is you can have something that's first quality again, but if it's not packaged to the point to where it looks factory fresh, your customer's going to know. So making sure you choose a vendor who actually can execute on that level to make sure that the product looks just like it did when it came from the factory. And of course, we can help you with that. There are other companies as well that can do returns on that level, but those are our 3 tips today. Hopefully you enjoyed them and found some value from them. If you have any questions or you'd like to talk further, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, on any of our videos, please remember to like, share, and comment. Thanks. Bye.